Once again, a very good evening as we usher in match number 2. Please welcome from China, we've got Marco Fu. And representing the Philippines, the living legend, Efren Bata Reyes. Marco Fu is from Hong Kong. And of course, Efren, our local bet, as we now have our race to 5. Benji Fard is our referee.
Anthony Santay, of course, our host. You did a great job hosting, Bob, even if Anthony's already showed up. Just want to let you know.
Thank you. We've got the more telegenic guy out there now.
You said so. Efren is going to lose the lag. So the first break will belong to Marco Fu out of Hong Kong. Now, this guy has a resume that reads like a phone book.
Yeah, you know what? Most of the best players in snooker are really from the British Isles. You know, like Ronnie O'Sullivan and Steve Davis, who are English, and then Stephen Hendry, who's Scottish, Mark J. Williams, Welsh. You know, you've got players, a few guys who've come from Australia, and Cliff Thorburn was Canadian. But most of them are from the British Isles. But this guy here, Marco Fu, he's from Hong Kong. He's been as high as number 6 in the world. He told me he's playing a qualifier for the World Championship on Saturday, which is held in the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield every year. And he's right up there. He's won ranking events. He's finished runner-up in quite a few ranking events. Really respected snooker player. And still, you know, in the top 20 in the world.
Yeah, currently ranked number 14.
Yeah.
And he's also won the 2007 World Premier Snooker League.
Yeah, which is a non-ranking event, but very prestigious.
Yeah.
Very, very prestigious.
Oh, check that. It's 2003 when he won the World Snooker League. 2007, he actually he won the World Championship. And he makes the break. It's an 8. Oh, it's the Grand Prix. I'm sorry about that. Grand Prix. There you go, Bob. I have to be on my toes when I'm with you, Mr. Q Sports. Thank you for letting me correct myself.
He is
attempting the World Grand Prix, yeah.
He's attempting now what snooker players call a plant. And I told you about that long pause at the top of his stroke. There, you see it. And he made the 5 pull. He hit it too softly.
I don't know if you can call that an unforced error, but looked like it. Looked like a pretty elementary shot, but where was the 1 supposed to land on that?
Yeah.
So it came out now that Efren's got to be thinking about where to put this 1. And we've seen all of the viral videos of this gentleman escaping. That's why he's called a magician. He can escape from almost any situation. Might even go offensive on this one, and he does. Vintage Efren Bata Reyes.
You know, going back to Marco Fu missing that combination, you know, in snooker you don't play combinations very often.
Mm-hmm.
You play them far less often than you would in pool. So definitely the advantage is to a pool player in a situation like that. And Efren just showing his knowledge there with that shot on the 1. And every time, in every rack of pool that Efren plays, it's just a small sliver of his immense knowledge that's on display. And I asked Marco Fu, hang on, cue ball. Okay, that's fine.
It's curvy.
I asked Marco Fu, had you met Efren Reyes before? I said, yeah, we met each other in the Asian Games once. So there is some respect between these 2 players for sure.
Actually, Efren refers to Marco Fu as his good friend. And they must have struck it off pretty well in the Asian Games over in that was 2006 actually, when they met in the Asian Games in Doha.
Left-handed shot here from Efren. He can probably beat most Filipino recreational players with his left hand.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And he's landed on the right side here for the 6 ball. Just has to slow roll this in. He doesn't want to land on top of the 7. Less angle here would have been better for him. Delicate shot.
He's actually played it with pace.
Yeah, because he didn't want the slow roll. He wanted to go around to make sure he didn't land on top of the 7.
And like the true magician he is, he escapes from another What would have been the impending doom?
He didn't land. He wanted to. He got caught up in the jaws of that pocket. He didn't want to end up what I was suggesting, where he lands on top of the 7 and lands weird. He wants to go around and make sure he lands on the other side of the 7, but he got caught up in the jaws, and now he's got to do something funny here. They play a vanilla safe or go offensive.
No, he's got to go offensive.
He's got to go offensive in an event like this. It's more about helping kids out than anything else. Well, that one didn't work out.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh! I think he actually meant to play 3 rails.
I think he may have been trying to play that.
There's the patented scratch on the head from Efren Reyes, but this is, of course, the break of Marco Fu, and Marco Fu is going to run out. No, not just yet, though. Marco's put himself in a really big hole. Just jacks up on it. There is no shot clock in this event, by the way, so take as much time as he wants.
Doesn't want to double hit this. That would be a foul. And he's made a legal shot because he's drawn the cue ball back into the rail.
That's right. And for Efren.
Yeah, this is the kind of shot that Efren struggles with as he's gotten older. You know, the long pots, the big angles.
And half a ball.
Half a ball hit. He'd do well to knock this one down.
Ooh. And he hasn't left anything easy for Marco either. And Marco's smiling.
Yeah, and you know, Efren probably played for the cue ball to end up there. To have some safety element.
This is a bankable shot, though. Marco's going to play another snooker safety, and it's not going to work this time.
Efren might even cut this one into the side, or has it gone a bit too long?
He's got a long shot to the corner.
But you said it there. It's snooker safety there from Marco Fu. A pool player would have played something else in that situation for sure.
And Efren's going to have the first break of serve. Stealing the break of Marco Fu. What was a highly entertaining rack. Of course, it is a race to 5, so we may see a lot more of this. Marco Fu on your screens. And Efren, the 1999 world champion. And for Efren, of course, probably one of the frustrations in his life is that he's never been able to get a gold medal in the Asian Games. He's joined practically all the Asian Games that he could join, but he's never won a gold medal. He's won bronze medal 3 times.
I wonder what event they enter him in the Asian Games. In the Southeast Asian Games, they enter him in like 3 cushion billiards or 1 cushion billiards.
Carom,
which is not his best. He comes up against very strong players, usually they're from Vietnam.
Right to
discipline.
necessary.
But if they had a world championship of 1 cushion, 1 pocket billiards, he'd win one. He's won the 1 pocket event in the Derby City Classic many times. He's won it like 5 or 6 times.
Well, that's actually his favorite. That's actually his favorite game.
He's known as the best. Even 9 ball or 10 ball is not his best. And you can see it right here. Why? His break he's lost the cue ball on the break.
But I've seen him play 1 pocket. It gets pretty intense when he's going up against Django Bustamante in the 1 pocket billiards game. It's just a pickup game. But it gets pretty intense. Efren's gonna jack up. Probably put a little masse on this one. He does.
That's a real lost start there of masseing the ball. And everybody jumps now in 9-ball modern pool.
So he's left an open 1 ball for Marco Fu. Probably stay right here for the 2. Oh, he's going to go forward. That was a high risk, high reward shot. He would have been in good position for the 2 had he made it on the 1. Had he made the 1 on the side, but now he's left practically the same shot now for Efren. You think he's going to draw this, though?
He has to draw this. It's a controlled draw shot. This is the kind of shot that separates the pros from the good amateurs.
Very controlled.
Because any pool player, decent pool player, can really draw it as far as he can, but to draw it with control. Actually, he's overdrawn it here.
Yeah, he has. And again, the speed of this table is coming into play again for Efren. He was one of the first to notice it, actually, during the practice sessions. Again, this is a new cloth. It was installed this morning. And usually a lot of the pool players, Bob, myself included, like the table to be a little slower. You know, slow means it's a little dirty. Ooh. The lights aren't helping here, but you know the lights that we're using are no longer the high-powered lights that we used to use in the old days. It's now all LED lights. It doesn't get us hot anymore.
Some lights have emit heat and some don't.
Yeah.
So that's a good shot there by Marco Fu. You saw the very deliberate backswing, the pause in the top of his swing, then the smooth delivery right after.
Well, Marco Fu won the World Snooker Grand Prix in 2007. He actually beat his good friend Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, he won the World Championship, I think 2014 for maybe the fourth or fifth time.
Yeah.
And I read his autobiography in 24 hours. I read it. What a fascinating character that guy is. And Ronnie O'Sullivan knows Efren.
Yeah.
They played in the old IPT, International Pool Tour, the old 8-ball tour. There's a lot of respect between those two. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, if he became a dedicated American pool player, he'd be a world champion. I'm sure of it within 2 or 3 years. He's got the stroke and the mentality to play 9-ball.
Marco Fu's got the stroke to break right back on the break of Efren Bata Reyes. Controlled the draw, might have done a little too much with it, but he's still good. He's got it. Tied at 1 apiece, and a lot of people were seeing when the draw happened for this match that it was going to be the highlight. Of course, later on we're going to have the doubles event. But no one able to hold serve yet. So we are tied at 1, heading into rack number 3. Former world 9-ball champion, former world 8-ball champion, going up against one of the best snooker players in the world. Again, as we mentioned earlier, Bob, this is not only the home country of Efren Bata Reyes, it's also this is his game. But you did mention that 9-ball is not one of his strongest events, although he did win the 1999 World 9-ball Championship.
That's right. He doesn't have the best break in the world, although 9-ball, the game's evolved. It's less about hitting the break strong these days and more about controlling the cue ball.
Although that new rule that the 3 balls has to cross the line upstairs.
Yeah, that's a tournament rule.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really up to the tournaments to have that. They've done that increasingly. And of course, more and more tournaments are playing 10-ball, which is, of course, almost the same thing with a bigger
to break.
With one more ball.
But you have to call every shot.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's lost the cue ball.
Yeah, this will be a big disadvantage for the snooker players to breaking the cue ball hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's such an alien thing for them.
I actually remember Steve Davis mentioning about his break once. I have 2 breaks, one soft and one very soft.
Something like that, yeah. Of course, Steve Davis, the former world snooker champion.
That guy's a character.
I had the privilege of commentating with him in the World Championship before. Such a great guy.
Yeah, I met him once as well. He just likes to talk, and he's got a lot of knowledge to share.
Yep. As does this man in your screen right now. Oh, what a shot! Oh,
Just gets unlucky though.
he's okay. I thought he was going to go around the 3 and take the 3 into the corner pocket.
He's still taking the 3 into the corner pocket.
I thought he was taking to the top, one to the top right as we see it.
Rolls that in. A little too straight on the 4, I would think.
That's fine. Where the 5 is, he's okay. The key shot, I think, is 5 to 6. Landing on the 6.
Playing into the side, Bob.
Yeah. No, I think he wants to take short side shape on the 6 and drop this one near the 9. Maybe the 6 doesn't pass the 8.
It doesn't. From the TV angle, it looks like it does, but from the way we're looking at it, from our angle to the table, it might not. So we can manufacture it.
No, it does pass the 8. It does pass the 8. Yeah, quite
Oh,
comfortably.
there it is. That's
obviously.
a better shot. from the overhead.
Yeah, from that shot, it's definitely clear. He played a nice shot here to get here. Very nice shot.
So again, nobody might be able to nobody's holding serve. This is Marco Fu's break. He potted the cue ball. And Efren's going to take care of the rest. So Efren Reyes, 2 balls away from taking a 2-1 lead against snooker legend Marco Fu out of Hong Kong. And he was interviewed once. He was asking what's his favorite ball on the 9-ball table, and he said the cue ball. That does everything. And he makes the 9 to take a 2-1 lead. And he was actually one of those who was very thrilled when the multi-dotted ball, or the multi-pimpled ball first came out. We're going to talk more about that when we return. Marco Fu on your screen. Stay with us. This is the King Bally Charity Cup. We'll be right back. Back with us here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Venice Piazza at McKinley Hill in Taguig City, Philippines. For those of you who are watching us overseas, it is good evening from the Philippines. My name is Noel Zarate alongside Bob Guerrero as we bring you rack number 4 of the King Bally Charity Cup. Once again, this is not a tournament. This is all for charity, as Efren Reyes has made 2 balls on the break. And he's got a pretty open table. No issues whatsoever. He's got a 2-1 lead. This could be our first break and run out, Bob.
Oh, he moved a lot on that shot, but he still knocked it down. And he's landed decently on the 2. Bit of a reverse cut. Still some work to do. This is where he would have loved to have been dead straight on the 2. Instead, he's got to move the cue ball. There you go.
And again, I was mentioning before we went on the break that Efren was one of those who was actually thrilled when the multi-dotted ball, I don't know what you actually call that. What's the politically correct term for the cue ball?
I'd have to check. Check the
I call it the pimpled ball because it's got a lot more pimples now.
There's probably a better, nicer way of calling it. If the ball had feelings, it probably wouldn't want to be called that. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, when this one came out, he actually said that it's a good thing that this ball came out because now everybody can see what kind of shots that they use to prepare for another shot. And it gives you a better appreciation of how these professional pool players control that cue ball. Everybody thinks it's just a matter of just making shots. No, it's not true. You got to get from one shot to another. See the way the ball just bit on that one? Just to draw it back for the 8 ball. Or he has the 5 ball still. And referee Benji Farah is checking if the 5 ball is frozen against the rail. What's his shot here, Bob?
Just wants to avoid the 9 ball. Yeah. Even if he kisses the 9 ball, he's probably okay. As long as he doesn't hit the 9 ball full, he's probably okay.
He got it out of the way.
He kissed the 9 ball to give himself a nice, easier shot on the 8. Now he's out.
It's our first break and run out.
This would be for 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
It would be for 3-1, actually.
3-1, there you go.
And for the first time in this match, somebody defends his break. Efren Reyes now up 3-1 in his match against Marco Fu. Of course, we still have the doubles match coming up a little later on. Thank you once again for joining us at the King Bally Charity Cup. And Efren Reyes now leads 3-1, but with Fu breaking, we can have a chance to look at what Marco Fu's achieved as well in his 19 years as a professional. He's 38 years old. He turned pro when he was 19. And Marco Fu is actually, in career winnings, has won a little over 1 million pounds. Not dollars, pounds.
Pounds about 70 plus. Pound to
I think 80 to 1 or something like that. 80 to 1.
Oh, it's 80 now.
Or something like that. Well, I'm just guessing, but it's a lot more than the euro.
So he'll be spending well here, I guess.
Yeah.
On his trip. It's the euro. It's around 60. Is that right?
Well, the pound is still higher than the euro.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing about snooker is that it's a big sport that is watched heavily in the United Kingdom
In Europe.
and in China. They really watch. They understand the sport. You know, you watch a snooker contest and you see a player on a break and he gets to like a 70 break where his opponent needs snookers to beat him and people clap.
Yeah, that's
Because
actually.
they know exactly that's the point where they've crossed the line.
Yeah.
You know, it's very advanced, cultured audience there. And it's a big deal. Lots of TV. You know, people watch it, and
Well, Marco Fu's highest career break is actually 142.
wow, what a shot there by Marco Fu. And are you thinking what I'm thinking?
It looks
here?
like he's going to go for the 9.
He probably wants that template out of the way, but when there are balls on the template, I guess they don't move.
You can't move it. You can't move it. Good play it safe, though, as well, Bob. He has several options. He is aiming as if he's going to shoot the 2 into the 9 into the side. That's very low percentage. But hey, this is a charity event.
There might not be any shot here that's high percentage.
If he plays it safe, he can bring the cue ball up table, but
You know, the 2 ball's not going to move much. So he doesn't want to leave that shot on. He wants to make sure, he wants to know where, he's now the 2 ball will move a bit more. He's glancing, yes. Oh, he kissed it off the...
And look at this.
And the 9
Look
ball.
at this. Oh, now. All right, we have a situation where he can actually... Well, he put the 9 ball right there beside the side pocket. He was going for the win, Bob.
I think he was trying to kiss the 2 ball. That's a clever shot for a non-pool player to see that shot and play it. It was very nice. But he hasn't landed too nice here on the 3. And there's no chance here, I think, for a combination or anything.
We'll never
He's gonna
know.
go for distance.
He's going for the bank, and he will miss the bank.
He was, you know, in snooker they call the bank a double, and you don't double that much in snooker. And he almost knocked that one down. Credit to him.
He left it, though, for Efren. If Efren gets this, it's pretty much an open table. Does. A little bit of body English as well. Oh, he's going to try to hit the 9. I thought he was going to do that, but you know, you don't know with Efren if he's actually just playing 1 shot or 2 shots. I mean, you covered most of his escapes. You actually covered one that's on viral video now.
Yeah, the
Went up against the gentleman from China.
Is that the one where 4 rail and he kicks the ball in?
Yes.
That's Jung Yong-hwa against
Korea.
San Miguel Asia 9 Ball Tour.
Yeah.
Hang on, cue ball. Hello.
Oh!
And I think there's a 5-9 combination here to win the rack, unless unless there's unless there is a run out that's easier.
Well, Marco Fu has the ball in his hand and he's looking at a run out.
Yeah, he might as well run it out.
Although that is tempting.
It's up to him.
That is tempting.
The 9's in a weird place. He needs to hit the 9 glancing. He can't hit the 9 full.
He won't.
But he's going to hit the 9
Yeah,
glancing.
he's going to go to the 9 ball. No,
yeah, he's going to go for the run out.
Right.
It doesn't matter at his level. At our level, we're not going to run out if we have ball in hand. But him, it doesn't really matter.
Talk about the cueing technique of a snooker player against a pool player.
Watch the pause. Well, it's not so pronounced there, but on the long shots, you can really see it. The cue, it's a bit stiffer and less fluid. And you're usually lower on the ball. He wasn't low there because of the nature of the shot. It's slightly different, but in general, the fundamentals, a lot of them are the same.
Well, he is able to survive that rack with Efren making a mistake. I'd say the first unforced error of the magician in this match. But Efren Reyes still leads this one 3-2 over Marco Fu, and he'll be up to break. Efren's going to break here in rack number 6. Put a little something on that one. He's going to get the 1 on the wing. And he may be getting another one. Yeah, he does, the 7. But that's not an easy shot on the 2, Bob.
Very, very productive break.
Yeah, knocked down 3 balls.
This is a finished cut, if it goes at all.
He's taking his time with this one. Although it is a charity event, Efren still wants to get a win. Django Bustamante, if you're just joining us, did win the first match earlier against Li Yan of China. 5 racks to 3. Thin cut works.
What a nice cut. That was a tough cut, and he's landed perfectly on the 3, although he's given himself some work here. And there's no angle also to get to the 4. This is not easy. He wants to drop here in the corridor between the 5 and the 6 as he makes this 3. However, just making the 3 is going to be an adventure. Does he even play safe here with limited positional value?
Yeah, there's no.
I think he's going to go for it though. I think he's just playing safe. He's playing safe. Yeah.
Oh, he is playing safe.
He's playing safe.
And it's not a strong safety, at least.
Not a good. He wanted to hit that one harder and get the cue ball behind the 6. That's definitely head scratching time there for Efren.
And the crowd still smiles when Efren does that. And Marco is probably thinking, is this a trap? Is this some kind of a gambit? But still an open table.
That's a shot that the snooker player makes.
Right, and Efren during the press conference was actually saying that they know they're going to be up against shooters. And when he says shooters, guys who pot the ball very well. He has high respect for those who come out of snooker playing pool because they do pot the ball very well.
Yeah, give him an open table and they're out, period. Because, good pocketing will always save you, can save you from bad cue ball control. Oh,
well, that is bad cue ball control.
That's bad cue ball control, yeah. That's why I said can. Good pocketing can save you from bad cue ball control, but bad cue ball control can never save you from bad pocketing.
Right.
Because when you have bad pocketing, you sit down.
Yeah.
But
you're absolutely right.
That was good pocketing, but bad cue ball control there. And Marco Fu has to sit down.
And Efren's going to be on the hill. Now up 4-2 against Marco Fu of Hong Kong. Efren Reyes will be breaking for the match. Yeah, there's Marco Fu, 38 years old. Doesn't look like he's 38. There's another gentleman out of Asia who's also been ripping it up in the snooker scene. I'm talking about James Watana.
James Watana from Thailand. He was one of the best ranking players. I don't think he's in the main tour anymore, but Thailand is this big snooker country. And it was one of the proudest moments in my career as a broadcaster in 2005 SEA Games. I may have been with you when we covered the snooker team event.
I would remember that. That
probably wasn't with you then.
Yeah.
But it was Joven Alba, Alex Pagulayan, and Dodong Andam who beat the Thais in the team snooker event, won the gold medal. And Thailand had a guy named Phaitun Phonbun who had played in the World Championship in Sheffield, and he hung up a break of like 70-something. And it was just a work of art. Mm-hmm. But in the end, Alex Pagulayan, he's a Canadian snooker champion. Mm-hmm. And he and Dodong Andam, the late and much missed Dodong Andam, they delivered the goods. With Joven Alba, who was the only pure, mostly snooker player in that band of 3 players.
Well, coming out of the Philippines, of course, probably one of the better known snooker players, at least of this generation, is Councilor Marlon Manalo
from Barangay Malamig
in Mandaluyong,
the Tiger City of Mandaluyong. Yeah. I was at his pool hall. I want to say maybe 2 months ago, and he was a very, very good snooker player.
Marco Fu has an open table. He can probably extend this match. Come up short on the 4, though.
That's okay. He's got it on the corner. He's fine. the things that are problems for players like us, they're not problems for these guys. That's pretty much,
Because you and I would have scratched that.
of course.
Not Marco Fu, not the way he's been potting recently. The thing is, his cue ball control cost him the rack earlier.
Oh my goodness, that was a thin slice.
Yep.
And I'm really surprised at how we played that. The
He's going to have a
pattern
low
this way.
percentage shot at the 6. Still gets it though.
This cue ball's got to run though. It's got to run.
He's okay for the
That's
7.
okay.
He's okay for the 7.
You know, a proper pool professional wouldn't have played the shot to the 6 that way. They would have taken much more of the ball.
Oh, this is not what he wanted though.
Yeah. The patterns are just a bit different. The philosophies are so different in snooker and 9-ball.
This is actually quite educating to see a professional snooker player take the patterns that he's been taking. Low percentage. And it kisses it back. It's going to leave Efren with a bank.
The mistake was from 5 to 6, leaving him the strange shot on the 6, leaving him the extra thin cut on the 7. And then because he had the extra thin cut on the 7, he ended up weird on the 8, and he missed the 8.
So
Kinda
Efren,
snowballed.
yeah, with a chance now to win this one 5-2. If he can get this bank, he'll be okay wherever he lands on the table for the 9. But he first needs to get this bank shot.
2 balls away from victory.
Yep. Money. In fact, he did win the Color of Money tournament as well. That's one of the championships that Efren won over the United States.
Over Earl Strickland in Hong Kong. Oh, this is not a gimme here.
Ooh, he's left it. And look at the reaction from the man they call the Toothless Wonder. Marco Fu is going to get up off his chair and shoot this immediately before it decides to drop for Efren. So we have an extended match. 4 racks to 3, still in favor of Efren Reyes. And Marco Fu can't believe his luck. Sort of got it back. You know, he had a bad roll with the cue ball scratching in the last rack. Gave Efren Reyes the last 2 balls. But again, you know, there are certain rolls, there are certain moments of luck in any sport. And Marco Fu benefited from Efren's faux pas.
That's right. Both players really had chances to win that rack, and they let it slip through their fingers.
So
That's
Marco,
cool.
yeah, Marco's going to be breaking now, Bob. Trailing 3 racks to 4. Entering rack number 8. Now we still have the doubles match to come up after this. That's going to be pretty interesting because I did not see during the practice period the 2 gentlemen, the 2 visitors, Marco Fu and Leon, practice their doubles routine. Efren and Django sort of had like 5 racks when they practiced their doubles routine.
Well, they've been double partners so successful for so long.
And of course, the 2006 World Cup of Pool.
They won it twice, actually.
Yeah.
They won the first one in 2006, and they won it over in Quezon City in, I want to say 2000. Yeah, 2008, something like that.
Oh, just recently after the first one. Huh?
Yeah.
But the 2006 one was, I think, the sweetest for these 2 friends. So Efren has a long shot at the 1. Looks like an open table. Well, we said this already about 2 racks ago.
I like his chances here. This is just, you know, the 2s can go in several different pockets. He should be fine. It's not a difficult shot for him.
Controlled the 1. Oh, he ran into the 2.
He didn't want that. He wanted to miss that 2 and then make maybe the 2 into the same pocket where the 1 went. And
he's got a back shot. That's what he's got.
Want to be taking a back shot here.
That's his only option right now. Unless he chooses to play it safe, but there are very few hiding places. Soft controlled back shot.
Oh, what a play. Is the 8 blocking him?
From this angle, it looks like he might not have a full ball on the 3. Oh, he does. He does have a full ball, Bob. You can see it. So it looks like he's in the clear. Efren Reyes is going to give the Philippines 2 victories. Although we still have 5 balls left, anything can happen. Just like that. So there it is. The 5 going to the 6 should be no problem.
See if it goes in between the 6 and the rail here. No, it's gonna stay in the middle.
Gonna kill it. Again, the cue ball mastery of Efren Reyes is. Can you think of another snooker player, another pool player, Bob, who has complete mastery of the cue ball? As I say that.
You picked the nicest time to go for the commentator first, didn't you? There, no, totally.
That's not what he wanted. He wanted to collide with the 8 ball, that's for sure.
Or go past it or something. I think he's all right, though.
Just made it look a little difficult.
Oh, no, he's in trouble.
It's going to land on top of the 9.
He needed to hit the 9. He needed to hit the 9.
You can still get this, though. Oh, but...
He needed to hit the 9. You know what's a fun shot here? If he plays the 1 rail kick. Trying to put the ball in. That's a fun shot.
You saw the viral video of him playing 10 ball.
He's going for it. He's going for it.
See that 1 rail kick.
Look at this.
It's going to leave Marco an open shot, though. Is he going? Is he good? It's a goal!
So theoretically, Marco Fu has to have ball in hand in the 9 of the foot spot, and yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Marco doesn't even go through it. He's got ball in hand. He's got to make this 9 ball. Yeah. Yeah, well.
So, yeah, that was Hill match coming up. There it is. Efren, that was actually a pretty good effort, but the cue ball just rolled in. And Anthony Santay is asking what happened. Of course, Anthony went out to get a snack. Missed all the action. He missed all the action. Now we have a Hill match with Marco Fu coming up to break. And this race to 5. Once again, Bob, we've been treated to some excellent pool. We've also been treated to a little bit of a comical pool, if you may call it that.
Yeah, I mean, that last shot on the 9 ball, Efren probably doesn't try that if it's a tournament. If it's a big tournament. If it's an event like this, he will try it. And he almost pulled it off. But that was the only way, the easiest way for him to make that 9 ball.
Yeah, because he could have cut it in.
I think that was maybe a bit too close to cut.
Yeah.
Especially if the 9 ball was off the rail. If it's on the rail, then he can hit that rail first with spin.
Marco Fu breaking for the match. Gets the 1 on the side. And he has the 2 open table.
He's got to come up with a shot here, though. He has to come up with a shot.
To get the 3.
Yeah. Tons of low right English. He's shaking his head. He's like, they didn't teach us this at snooker school. You know, we have our choice of red balls to go after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he missed it. It's just, and it's also hard for him to try that shot.
Oh, but he gets lucky though, Bob.
He gets lucky. It's also hard for him to try that shot with a borrowed cue, where he just doesn't know how it squirts and how it, so.
Yeah, Efren's locked up behind the 6, and, Efren is going to kick out probably 2 rails to get to the 2. Might even pot it.
You want to hit certain side of this ball. Lots of running English on this ball, as you can see from that.
Yeah, that's the contact, but did he tie anything up? Did not tie anything up.
Okay, Marco Fu has a chance now to win, to beat Efren Reyes.
And how many times can you say that? That I went to the Philippines.
Well, not if
I played 9 ball.
Okay, he's fine.
I went to the Philippines for the first time in my life, played 9 ball against the 1999 World 9 Ball champion, and beat him. That'd be bragging rights to everybody, all his friends in the snooker community.
That's right. Remember Steve Davis? Was it Jimmy White who played Efren that year. Couldn't beat him.
I believe you're right. It was
Steve
Jimmy
Davis
White.
or Jimmy White, one of them. They both played him, I think, and they both lost.
Jimmy White, of course, one of the more popular characters in billiard, in snooker as well.
Yeah. So, is he playing the 5-9? I think he wanted to get the 5 into the lower right corner pocket as we were looking at it, and he overran it. He may be forced to play the 5-9. He can play the 5 into the opposite corner left, though.
Right.
The combination's not a good idea.
He's not looking at it,
knows
though.
it.
No, he's looking at the 6, so he's probably thinking that he's going to get the 5 up table.
Yeah, up table.
Is there a safety option, though, Bob?
Probably is one. He's going to the corner. Into the corner. And
what a shot. What a shot.
He's tickled the 6, though. He's tickled the 6.
But he's a snooker player. He can cut this in. Just wants to be sure that the ball lands correctly. His pattern is all out the window now. He's winging it. Playing safe, yeah.
Playing safe. Get the cue ball behind the 8. Oh, good shot.
Fantastic shot.
Okay. Now here is where if Efren was a good jumper, he can jump, but he rarely jumps.
He will. He won't.
Most American, North, and European players would take their jump cue out there, go airborne.
Especially our friends from Taiwan.
Just like that airplane that just passed above us.
Especially our friends from Chinese Taipei. Yeah. Yang Qingshun would have...
He's jumping with his playing cue.
That's amazing. Or is he jumping or is he massing it?
He's massing.
He's massing it. He hit it, though.
No good.
This might just give the match to Marco Fu.
This will be 3 racks on the trot here for Marco Fu. And the winner, and it's going to come down to that doubles match to see who's going to win the first King Bally Charity Cup.
Confident stroke for Marco. He just doesn't want to be near the rail, though, and he's left himself a harder shot than he would have wanted.
He'll knock
this is a testy one.
He'll knock it down. You get number 14 in the world in snooker by missing shots like that.
Yeah.
And look at the position on the 9. That's a great shot.
And Marco Fu is going to tie this one up. At 1 match apiece, Marco Fu with the win over Efren Reyes. We are now tied at 1 match apiece. We'll have our doubles in just a few moments. Stay with us right here on the first ever King Bally Charity Cup.